Well, how do you do there? This is your DVD Blu ray movie reviewer, and we're about to review a mature horror family film that's coming out from our well-known national preservers of trashy cinema, Vinegar Syndrome. Now, this is an R-rated movie, which means kids could still see it if we're their parents, that I'm going to review. But nevertheless, because of the YouTube and the FTC rules or FCC rules, no one under 18 could see my review, but in this case, without parent or guardian. But they cannot make and they must be with their parent or guardian if they want to see this review. And only the parent and guardian can make a comment. No one under 18 can make a comment to protect these kids from anybody trying to spy on their personal information. So we're going to open the box. Now here's the package from Deep Discount. It was originally distributed from Vinegar Syndrome, but this Deep Discount had bought it. Was the one who distributed it first. Now we're going to open it up. Here it is. Yes, it's the Silent Madness. He's out now for terror. The terror, it has just begun in 3D, 2D. Yeah, let's look at the back. See how the box is. Now we're going to open the cover. And here's well, let's open the plastic first. Here it is. Here it is. The horror film that's produced in 83, 82 in 3D, released by Vinegar Syndrome, a house of treasuring our trashy trailer trash past. This is mainly a mature family movie, rated R. So now we're going to read it. Let me clear it out first. Yeah, we got it cleared. When a glitch in the computer system at the asylum for the criminally insane results in release of the wrong patients, a giant in stature homicide maniac named Howard Johns, who has a penchant for killing college co-eds. It's up to one of the institute's top doctors to track him down. Unfortunately, it's not just Howard she has to worry about, as the administration of the asylum has decided to cover up the error to avoid bad press, going as far to hire a duo of thugs to permanently silence the good doctor. Soon enough, Howard finds his way back to the sorority house he once terrorized and sets out to murder the latest batch of noble co-eds who have taken up residence in stately manner. One of the few slashers produced during short-lived early 80s revival of 3D is Simon Nichtcher's Savage Dawn Silent Madness knows exactly what the audience wants and delivers. Heavily lighting, excellent use of 3D photography from Gerald Fail, Friday the 13th Part 3, elevates the high body counts in this drive-in classic which stars Belinda Montgomery, Tron and Legacy, Vivica Limper's Creepshow, and career stuntman Solly Marks, Phantasm 2, as the diabolical Howard Johns. Nevertheless, officially released on disc, it's nearly impossible to see its original scope. And 3D, Vinegar Syndrome presents Silent Madness in Blu-ray, newly Blu-ray restored original 3D camera negatives, and presents it in digital 3D, which mirrors the theatrical experience, flat 2D, and democratically Anaglyphic 3D, which you can enjoy with with your custom pair of 3D glasses included on this disc. Special features: 3 viewing options. Digital 3D requires a 3D capable TV set and player. Anaglyphic works on all TV sets including 3D glasses. Regular flat 2D. Newly recorded commentary track with director Simon Nuchtern. Nuchtern. Moderated by author Michael Ginberts. Commentary track by with his hysteria continues. Method to the Madness, a 45-minute making documentary featuring interviews and cast crew. Deleted interviews from Method of Madness. Silent Stalking Grounds, location feature, introduced by director Simon Nuchtern. Promotional 3D sizzle reel for Silent Madness. Promotional behind-the-scenes gallery. Multiple radio spots. One interesting thing about this video is that it's, as I said, it's one of the few 3D Blu-ray movies that are democratic. When they started putting out these 3Ds on Blu-ray, they should have included anyway Anaglyphic versions, because there's a lot of 3D enthusiasts that couldn't afford a 3D TV set or a expensive 3D Blu-ray player. And this is just more recent, so that everybody who's a 3D enthusiast could actually see the movie in 3D, even though it's going to be Anaglyphic, but it's better than nothing. And if you're a 3D enthusiast, you accept the limitations and the problems. It's no different than the original 3-camera Cinerama, which had those little creases. It's not perfect, but this is a new trend, and I do wish these corporations would go back and putting out more 3D TV sets, including small models, so that this would increase the 3D fans. But in the meantime, for those who can't afford it, or 3D fans will be able to see it in Anaglyphic. Now we're going to open it up. Okay, here's the spine. Let's see if I can focus this right. Wait a minute. Let's see if I can focus the spine. God, it ain't focusing. I wonder why. Not focusing. Focus, camera. Focus. Wait a minute. Focus. Focus. It's focusing. It's focusing. It's focusing. Here's the spine. This is a picture of the female model. It says Vinegar Syndrome. And now we're going to open it up now. Yeah, there's the democratic 3D glasses. You can see it. And this disc right here with a picture of the nut Howard Johns, Going After the Co-Ed, is the Blu-ray 3D version. If you're like me, and yeah, you gotta have you can get a 3D TV set or 3D projector. And for those who don't have it, this is the Anaglyphic. Now let's look at see how good the shape the disc is. Let's see if there's no scratches. Let's check. Stuck. Okay. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look at that. There's a little scratch here. Oh, makes me mad. Maybe if I wipe it off. It's gone. Oh, I know what it is. It's this. It's that. It's a reflection of this. It ain't a scratch. It's okay. See? Just have to wipe it off. Well, it looks like a good disc. It's just that it's just reflecting the front cover. It's okay. Okay, now let's check this. Now that looks clean. No fingerprints. That looks pretty good. Now, I'm going to later on watch the movie on the Polaroid version because there's no need for me to use this unless I want to use my back television set. There's a Polaroid TV up front. And later on, and I'll give you an overall review of it. But for those people who are 3D enthusiasts and never could afford a 3D TV set, you got a chance to see this picture if you're a fan of 3D and you accept the limitations of Anaglyphic. But I wish they had used color code because that comes close to Polaroid 3D and the color's less distorted. But unfortunately, it's copyrighted and they have to pay a copyright fee, and if you used a color code, they would have costed more. Okay, I got this from deep discount, but originally it's distributed by Vinegar Syndrome. So I'm going to see the movie and give you the overview on it. Before I go, these 3D glasses, I'm going to go into my bag of 3D collection since I don't need to keep it on there. Go into my bag of 3D glass collection. See. Just keep them in the bag because I'm going to barely ever use it. Just put them in my bag. Got more 3D glasses. See? I made a mistake. I wanted to show you the 3D glasses. Now here's the 3D glasses. It says Silent Madness. And it's blue here and red here. And there's a picture of Howard Johns. And there's a picture of one of the co-eds that are being chased away. You can see it. And it says in 3D, and there's the model. And it's the same thing with the second one, Silent Madness in 3D. And Howard Johns. And one of the victims may, oh, it's gone out of focus. Let's see. It's just focusing. Yeah, Howard Johns. And now I'll put it back and I'll get ready for skateboards, CRT computers, gaming machines, and fax machines, because we're going back to '83 in this review of Silent Madness. In spite of the low budget, this thriller was well done. Shot in location in New Jersey and some islands near New York. This is one of the 3D movies that I did not see in 1984, so this is the first time that I've seen it. Belinda Montgomery is convincing as a psychiatrist who discovers that the wrong patient was let out of the mental institution. Administrators aren't helping neither because they're covering up this problem, played by Roderick Cook and Ed Van Nuys and Stanji Lowe. Tanya suggests to Belinda that she takes the weekend off while she gets the other doctors to go to college to find stop Solly before he hurts somebody. Well, Belinda decides to go to the college town herself, to where Solly had massacred the women as a result of being arrested and thrown in prison, to find out if he's there and to find out what actually happened. One of the corrupt administrators has sent two assistants, Dennis Helfman and Philip Lively, I think, not only to get the patient, but also to get Belinda too. Solly has already murdered a skateboarder played by Cindy Lloyd. Belinda finally arrives at the town where the massacre happens, and she goes to the sheriff's office to get the papers to check to see what had happened, but the sheriff is no help and is played by Sidney Lassick. She then proceeds to the newspaper up in that small town, portrayed by, run by David Greenan. And she talks about the problem to him, and he suggests, that she pretends to be an old fraternity person, used to be in that sorority, to want to spend the weekend up there to find out if Solly is in that area. Legendary actress Vivica Linford portrays the room mother of the fraternity up there. Well, Solly is already at the fraternity house under the cellar because he's already murdered one of the fraternity women, Caitlin. Earlier, he already surprise attacked two people at a camp played by Paul D'Angelo and Daisy White. In one scene where Belinda is confronted by Solly, and already he knocked her down. He ties her up and puts her under a driller. Already, Dennis Helfman and Philip Ives already showed up, momentarily knocking down Solly, and then Helfman tries to rape Belinda, but he ends up getting his skull drilled. It is discovered the reason why Solly had murdered those girls back in 1963, played by Laurie Van Elger, Michelina Donati, Connie Bruner, Shelley Gibson, and Kim Plumeridge. Ciara Peacock and Laurie Wilson is because he was, the younger version was spying on a fraternity thing that was happening underneath the sorority house, and they had teased them, and he went real berserk. And I think it's played by Jeff Bingham in this version. When Solly is caught and is confronted by Vivica Linford, a secret is revealed about him. For a low-budget movie, the 3D cinema photography was great, the story was good, and the production values were excellent. In the Anaglyphic version, for whatever the reason, the 3D archives that did the restoration of it decided to change the color of the credit titles from white. I guess for the reason to reduce possible eye strain in the red color, because in the Polaroid version, the credit titles are of that same color. In the making of the movie, Paul D'Angelo was explaining that how the director wanted not only just to imply with Daisy White that he was going to make love to her, hugging and kissing her, but he wanted to have her chest fondled. But he refused to do that because he's afraid his mother would get mad and think he was doing porn. The director had asked 3 of the women who portray the sorority girls of the past if they can expose their chest as part of teasing the younger Solly, but they refused to, so they ended up having to hire a prostitute who was willing to do that. And she had this attitude that the body was beautiful and she wasn't ashamed showing her chest for that sequence. One of the younger actresses was stating how Vivica Linford was upstaging her. I give this nicely done low-budget horror film 9.5. And it comes with both Polaroid and Anaglyphic. And I want to thank the 3D Archives for storing and preserving this trashy classic horror film of the 80s. Now, if you did like my review, please comment and subscribe and hit the like button. Bye.